What's up, Raptors fans? Welcome to the Watch Report as we get closer to the NBA draft lottery, which will determine where the Raptors draft in this year's NBA draft. It's time to talk about some prospects, the latest being Isaiah Jackson. Now, Isaiah Jackson is a big man out of Kentucky. He is only 19 years old, and I want to talk about whether or not the Raptors should take him. I'm also making this video because shout out to Spendecular God, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, who actually said, can you break down Isaiah Jackson's game? But as mentioned, he is not exactly expected to go in the top 10. So if the Raptors do take a look at him, they'll likely have to trade back to draft him. So for today's video, I'm going to break down his highlights. I'll show you his videos of his clips of what he's capable of doing and how he'd fit with the Raptors. And I'll show you some stats as well. So let's get into today's video. So let's start the highlight package, and I want you to keep your eye on number 23 there. As he gets the ball there, he does a nice job of finishing around the basket. And this next clip here, he has a really nice quick first step which allows him to drive past big men, and he's very athletic, so that really helps him get up there for those dunks. Another part of Isaiah Jackson's game, although we have not seen this in college, he is actually shown potential to do this, which is hit that jump shot. So if he starts doing this at the NBA level, he's going to be a very dangerous player. And we know the Raptors system. I don't have to say that again. They do a tremendous job of developing players. So if he gets that going, watch out, guys. He's going to be one of the steals of the draft. And when you talk about Isaiah Jackson's game, another aspect of his game you really have to talk about is his ability to block shots. He's a tremendous shot blocker. As you'll see there, he comes in and he really gets up there for those blocks. He's a tremendous athlete. He can even come in late, as you'll see here, and he'll still somehow manage to get a block. His athletic ability to allows him last second to really jump up there and get those blocks. Think of like a Serge Ibaka in OKC who just would block every single shot. That is Isaiah Jackson in college, and that would be amazing to have on the Raptors, is another shot blocker. He's a good defensive player as well, and as I've mentioned, he's a great athlete. As you take a look there, the only thing with Isaiah Jackson, he has tremendous hops. He's a great athlete, but he's not known for his offense. Majority of his points do come through either putback dunks, getting offensive rebounds, or he has that one nice move which he uses often, which is to kind of sneak past defenders and get those points at the rim there. He can't shoot the three-point ball at all. He doesn't really have a jump shot either. His offense is a work in progress. So that is something the Raptors would need to keep in mind when we do draft him. And although you did not see it in the highlight package there, he's also a decent passer as well. He's not a great passer, but he does find his teammates in the right places. He does a nice job of getting them the ball. And that is a little bit of an underrated aspect of his game. Now, as you take a look at his statistics, nothing really jumps out at you. His points aren't great, his rebounds aren't great. He's a tremendous shot blocker, as I've mentioned, but I do think he needs a lot of work. His free throw percentage is decent, it's nothing special, and as I've mentioned, he does not shoot the three-point ball at all, but his shooting form is good. He has shown the potential to be a good scorer at the NBA level. Now, if I were to do an NBA comparison, think of maybe like someone like Montrezl Harrell with defense. That's what I would suggest. Now, he does have, as I've mentioned, he does have great energy, ability to hop and really get those offensive rebounds as well. So that is where the comparisons come from. Just speaking on the offensive aspect, on defense, he's a really tremendous player. He's much better than Montrezl Harrell. But that is, he is 6'10" or so, so you can kind of compare the height as well. He does need to fit in his frame a little bit, but that is the issue with a lot of big men coming out of college. He's only 205 pounds. To give you an aspect of how skinny that is, Kyle Lowry is 6 feet and he weighs around 197 pounds. So he's about 7 or 8 pounds heavier than Kyle Lowry while being about 10 inches taller. So he does need to fit that frame in a little bit more, get a little bit stronger, build his strength up a bit, and really work on his offense. But when you take a look at his statistics, let's jump into some of his advanced statistics. As I mentioned, he's a good defensive player. And take a look at that DRTG at the right bottom screen there. His defensive rating is absolutely amazing. 90.7 is unreal. Now, if I were to give you a comparison, Serge Ibaka is someone I go to often, but his defensive rating with the Raptors in his last season was 104. Now, obviously, it is a team effort, but that is to give you kind of an idea of how he contributes on the defensive end. He's a good defensive player, and I really see him having a really good career in the NBA. And maybe, you know what, if he's lucky, if he really puts in the work, he could probably be someone like Bam Adebayo just because of his size, his ability to block shots. He's a very versatile defender, so he brings a lot of different tools to his game. But he does need a lot of work. He is going to be a lot of work, but he is only 19 years old, so that is one advantage of drafting Isaiah Jackson. As I've mentioned, you would have to draft him back as he's not projected to go in the top 10, but he would be nice because he's 19 years old. You have several years to develop him, and I can't emphasize that enough about the Raptors' system of developing players. So that is what I think about Isaiah Jackson, guys. If you know more, let me know in that comment section. Do you think Isaiah Jackson would be a good fit with the Raptors? Do you think the Raptors should trade back to get Isaiah Jackson? Let me know in that comment section. And if you're still watching this video, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.